Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, which most of you probably are since my channel is still so new, my name is Ashley and here on YouTube I'm the redheaded reseller, and I am a full-time stay-at-home mom and a part-time reseller on my journey to making a full-time income. So if that sounds like something that might be interesting to you, hit the like button and consider subscribing below. So today I went to the thrift store and I had some extra time. My husband is off work for Thanksgiving and he said, I'll take the kids, go to the thrift store. So I wasn't in a huge rush. So generally when I go thrifting, I either have 3 kids with me or I have very limited time. So I know the areas that I want to hit and I want to hit quick, and the areas that I generally will find some payoff. I'll do a separate video on what those areas are, but today I'm going to talk about the areas that I generally avoid and hardly ever shop because they take a little bit more time and I generally don't have that time. But today I had some kid-free time to shop some of those areas I normally avoid. And I got a few good things. I was surprised actually by all the things that I came across. And I have a small haul here that I'll show you at the end of the video, but I wanted to go through some of the things that I did find and that I passed up, and I'll tell you why I passed them up, and then at the end I will show you what I did end up with, and I'll give you some comps and stuff at the end. So here is a little video of some of the things that I got.
So this first pair of pants was from Athleta. These were called the low-rise dipper, and they were in okay condition. As I turned them around here, I noticed that there was an area with some strings. And the interesting thing about this is I looked up some comps, and all 3 of the ones I pulled up had that same issue in that exact same spot. So I passed on those. The comps just weren't there, especially with that little area. This is Outdoor Research. I haven't ever come across this brand, so I was excited to see that. And I ended up picking this up, so I'll put the comps in for this and my cost of goods in my haul portion. These were a pair of Patagonia wide leg. They were a cropped pant, and I couldn't tell on here if the fabric was peeling or if it was supposed to be like that. I was kind of giving it a good look, but I think there were just a little bit of wear. And the comps, I found 1 pair for $10, and so I passed on those. This was a pair of Athleta shorts, and they were $7, and I passed on these. I just wasn't feeling them for $7, and honestly I didn't even look up comps, but I don't think they would be going for that much. This was an Athleta quarter zip pullover, and I thought that this would actually go for more than it did. I was kind of surprised by the comps on that one. It just wasn't there, so I ended up passing on this one. This was a Patagonia, just a basic tee, and this had a lot of wear on it. I'm trying to show you here in the video, but without the wear, it just wasn't, the comps weren't there on this one either, so I passed on this one. This is a Prana quarter zip pullover, and I did end up picking this one up as well, and so I will insert the comps and my cost of goods over in the haul portion of the video. This was just a Patagonia tank. It was $4. It was in fine condition. I'm trying to show you the label here. It's really light and printed, so you can't really see it, but this was, I didn't look up comps on this. I picked these up before and actually never ended up listing them because they're like 20 bucks, and I gave them to my sister, so I passed on that. I knew it would just sit around. This was something else that I ended up picking up, and I talk a little bit more about it in my haul, but it's this German-made wool cardigan sweater, and this I hummed and hawed over for a long time. It was a really cool suede fringe jacket, but it did have some wear on the collar and it had a dry clean tag on it, and so I assumed that even if I had it cleaned that I wouldn't be able to get that out. And the comps were all over the place, so I ended up passing on that.
Okay, so here are some of the things that I ended up with. This first is this, let's see, looks like it's a quarter zip. It's Prana. Let's see here. Might be backwards because I have my camera turned around, but it's a quarter zip, long sleeve, kind of a pullover. It's really stretchy and it's got this, it's almost like a blurry print. I'll have to find this and see if I can find what it's called. There's not a material, oh there is one, I missed it. Okay, I should be able to find, let's see. I don't see a style number on here, but I should be able to find it. I've sold Prana before. It sells really quick for me. It doesn't always sell for a ton of money, but jackets and sweaters and things like that generally sell for more. So I didn't even look up comps for this at the store. I just grabbed it because I have decent luck with it, and I paid $6 for that. And then this was the first time I've actually found this brand. This is Outdoor Research. I've heard a lot of resellers pick this up, and I haven't ever found it before. So it's a full zip jacket. It's kind of a lightweight jacket. It's almost got like a quilted vibe, but it doesn't have any stuffing or anything. And it's just gray and kind of a teal turquoise color with a hood. And I really like this. I actually didn't really look up comps for it because I'm like, I know this sells well, and it was only $8, so I picked it up. Here's the tag. It's a size large, and I'm excited to look up comps for this. I'll put comps up here for you for all of these. As you saw from the video, I found a lot of Athleta and a lot of Patagonia, which was surprising to me. But unfortunately, they just weren't in the greatest of conditions. So I passed on those. So those were the two things that I got from the athletic section. Like I said, I passed on a bunch of stuff. I had a full cart. I'll insert a picture of the things that I had, and then I narrowed them down. And then this is what I ended up with. And I was there for a long time, like probably 3 hours. So I know some people will pick a lot of bread and butter, and I'm actually pretty picky, and so there are a lot of times that I'll spend 3 or 4 hours at the thrift store and come back with a handful of things, 10 or less. So this isn't uncommon for me to just have a few things, but I'm glad I found what I did. This sweater is amazing. It's vintage. It has these big balloon sleeves. It's wool. I haven't even looked up the contents. It's got to be, I would assume it's 100% wool. It's made in Germany, and it's embroidered, and just so cool. Let me see if I can get this. It's got these cool wood. They're actually like resin or something, but they're made to look like wood. I don't know if we can get that to focus, but they're all kind of a little bit different. And this is just so cute for like fall and winter. And the brand is, let's see, Estrifa. I don't know. There's the tag. Estrifa. And I did run, as you can see, I paid $3 for this. And I did run some comps, and sweaters from this brand sell anywhere from like $30 to like $130. So that was a quick comp that I ran, and I'll do some more in-depth comps, but I love selling vintage wool sweaters, and I generally list them kind of high and they sell. So I think that I'm gonna ask I'm gonna price on the higher end for this probably and see how it does, but it is just so cute. I love it. Okay, the next two things I got are bags, and this is the first one. It's this hand-tooled leather like satchel bag, and it looks vintage to me, but it's in like really good condition, so I don't know if it's vintage, but it's really pretty and it's got some really cool details. It's kind of got this rope detail, it's got the leather strap, and hand tooled, painted, and then it's really clean and nice inside. So I picked that up for $2, and we'll see how that does. And then the last thing that I got is so random, but I was looking through kind of the bags, the totes, and I saw this, and I saw a tag, and so I was like, oh, there's something new with tags buried under all this stuff. And then I saw $66, which was peculiar in the totes, and so I took a second look, and it's just a BMW bag. It's like one of the backpack style kind of drawstring bags, and I looked up comps on this. A lot of the BMW bags, it's the BMW M collection, and they actually sell for a lot, and I'm not sure how much I'm gonna sell this for. I thought, oh, I'll just get it even if it doesn't sell well, because my brother is a big BMW guy, and I'm like, maybe I could give it to him for Christmas. He'd think this is cool. And that's it, actually. I didn't get that much, but I think what I did get will yield a good profit, and I'm excited about finding this outdoor research because I've never found that, and it'll be another brand for me to learn about. Let me know if you guys have areas of the thrift store that you avoid, or is it just me? I know full-time sellers are probably like, you're crazy, why are you avoiding any parts of the store? But as a part-timer, I just have to be picky about where I spend my time. So I generally avoid the athletic wear. I do sell every now and then. I find stuff, but I don't go out of my way. Like Lululemon, I do find Lululemon every now and then, but I don't really go out of my way to find it. I just happen upon it like randomly, sometimes in sections that it normally wouldn't be, or it's put in the wrong place, or at yard sales, stuff like that. Same with Patagonia. I just randomly find it. I'm never like looking through, well, I shouldn't say never. I hardly look through leggings and tank tops, like workout tops. But when I go over to like the workout tanks, there are so many. They're all like super like tangled mess on the rack, and sometimes they're hard to find the brand, and so it's not like flipping through really quick, at least for me. Maybe you guys flip through them really quick, but for whatever reason it's hard for me. So like I said, I'm gonna do a video on the areas that I hit like no matter what, and then I also want to do a video, maybe in that video or a separate video, on areas that I'm gonna start looking at more. A couple other areas that I think people tend to not think about looking, and so I'm gonna talk about those in my next video too. So that's it. I hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving and are healthy and happy. I'm grateful that you are here, and I appreciate you watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks, guys.